Hey folks, welcome to Quantsap. Welcome back to yet another video. In today's video, we will learn about the most favorite topics, intraday trading. So today we will learn about intraday trading. So first we will keep it a little bit simple, wherein when we are trading in intraday, what actually we expect is what we will understand, and then eventually we will learn how can we go ahead and trade in intraday options practically. So let's start this video. So first of all, when we are trading in intraday, so see, a lot of factors are affecting the option premium. However, in intraday, if my trade is very small, if I am trading for a micro term trend, then I don't need to worry a lot about how much the theta decays, how much the implied volatility is affecting my option strategy, and so on and so forth. I need to keep it very simple and pretty straightforward, and that is, if I'm able to gauge the direction of the market, then it is very simple for me if I'm trading in intraday, that I'll just buy a call option, because the delta benefit, it would be so much that all the other aspects may not hurt me a lot, right? Obviously theta will decay its premium and all, but the idea is, if the big move happen in the underlying and in a very small horizon, in let's say within half an hour, then I am sorted, because I don't need to worry about a lot of other factors. So first thing, if I know that if there is a big move which might happen on either of the sides, then my strategy is very simple in intraday. I will simply go ahead and buy a call option. Okay, considering if I'm trading before the far away from the expiry, it is better. But if I'm on the expiry day, we will try to understand few of the techniques as we move ahead in the video, that what can we do to optimize that trade a bit better. But as of now, the conclusion is that if I'm trading in intraday for very small time frame, then I don't need to worry about a lot of things. Just I need to be sure about one thing, that the direction should be right. So one way I do is, I just open this screen, which is the home page of Quantsap. You can navigate it from the link in the description box below. Now over here, the idea is simple. I'll first see what's happening in Nifty, what's happening in Fin Nifty, and what's happening in Bank Nifty. Okay, if I'm getting to see a short built up, that means it is very clear that the bears are aggressive, and if you just see right now as well, the bears are aggressive across three instruments, across three indices. Okay, now what shall I do next? So I'll just scroll down a bit, and if I'll see basically this bearishness which has happened in these indices. So I'll just see for Nifty what sector is contributing how much. So I want the move to be secular. If Nifty moves up, I want all the sectors, or most of the sectors at least, to contribute positively towards that up move. Okay, if Nifty is moving downwards, then I want that majority of the sectors should contribute negatively or should drag index down. So what will what will actually happen when I'm doing something like this is that my move will be secular. Okay, so the chances of whipsaws happening in the market is very less. Now coming to the second thing, I'll just have a look on this built up breadth. Okay, now what it is trying to show, it is trying to show how much instruments witness long, how much instruments witness short. Now I will not look at the built up breadth as a standalone instrument at one point whenever I'm taking a trade what is happening, but instead wherever I'm taking the trade, I'll just see how it is moving. Are the shorts increasing the way it did in today's market, or are the shorts decreasing, if the market is moving upwards, right? So if I'm seeing that the market is moving downwards and the number of shorts are also increasing, then that will give me a conviction, that will give me a confidence to go ahead and buy a put option in the market. So now that is how I can form a bias. So see, understand, this is the starting point of my trade, right? I'm getting started, I'm having a bias on the market, that should I go ahead and buy a call or should I go ahead and buy a put. Okay, so it is my intraday trade, no complexities, simple. Either I buy a call, either I buy a put. Bullish, I'll buy a call. Bearish, I'll buy a put. Now looking at these data points, it's pretty clear that Nifty is down, then majority of the sectors are dragging. The breadth also looks pretty much on the bear side, wherein it has consistently witnessed a lot of shorts in the market, resulting in a 7.7% down move in Nifty. So this will give me a bias, this will give me a starting point. Now here it comes when I actually go ahead and create a trade. So now I'll just open the open interest and let's select Nifty for now. Okay, we will come to Bank Nifty and Fin Nifty too. Now over here the green color bars are showing us call open interest and the red color bars are showing us put open interest. Now if you see in green and red as well, there are two different colors, and if you see just this green on 19700, there is one portion which is a bit brighter green and there is one portion which is a bit denser, a bit darker green. Now it is trying to show us till here this was the open interest, okay, till yesterday, okay, or till yesterday's close. This shows this top, this shows that open interest has added on the call side. More and more call writers are entering. Now imagine a scenario wherein the market was at 19800 yesterday, correct? Now what you are getting to see at 19800, huge resistance, a lot of call writers plus very negligible put writers. See, if you see the green bar, it is very big as compared to the red bar, number one. Number two is, if you just see, there is a hollow, a blank tip which is created on the top of 19800. So what it is actually trying to tell you, that all these put writers who had sold puts over here, the moment market went below it, right, they started losing confidence and they eventually exited their sold puts. Now why will a put writer exit his sold put? He will exit when he is expecting some kind of negative movement happening in the market. Now the moment you open this graph, one thing you need to ask is, who is aggressive? Are the call writers aggressive or are the put writers aggressive, right? So how will I come to know if the call writers are aggressive or the put writers are aggressive? Simple, just by looking at size of this bar, right? Just look at the size of these call writers, humongous, huge, kept on adding, kept on creating pressure. If you just see put writers, just see, right, they are very small. Again, a sense of bearishness shown to us by options open interest data as well. This is number two thing. Now your question will be, sir, when I will create a trade? So I will create a trade whenever I am seeing the highest put open interest strike getting defeated or a huge put open interest strike getting defeated. Now till opening today, this was the open interest level for put and this was the open interest for call. So more or less a tug of war happening. Okay, so these 19800 or these calls and puts, the 19800 strike price, they were acting like a pivotal level. So those of you who have subscribed to us on WhatsApp and Telegram, they might know I had posted as well, wherein that 19800 is a very pivotal level. The reason was huge put and call writing at the same strike. Okay, now whenever you see a huge call and put at the same level, now what I do is I wait for a breakout to happen on either of the side, be it an upside breakout or a downside breakout, right? If it is a breakdown, then I'll see if the put writers are unwinding. The moment put writers unwind, that is where my trade gets activated. So what happened today actually is, the moment market slipped below 19800, let's say 19780, 19750, all these put writers, they started unwinding and eventually we saw a good down move happening in the market. So what's the actionable? Actionable is, am I seeing huge put strike somewhere? If the answer comes, okay, it is at the money. So what I'll do, I'll wait for market to fall below it, okay, for a bearish trade. Am I getting to see a huge call open interest strike somewhere? Okay, if it is at the money, I'll wait for the instrument, for the Nifty or be it any stock, to surpass it. Okay, the moment it surpasses it, I will go ahead and try to create a trade there. That is number one. So basically what I am trying to do is, whenever a huge call is getting broken on the upside and call writers unwind, that is where I will create a bullish trade. If I am getting to see a huge put open interest strike getting defeated, if the market goes below that, if market slips below that, that is the time I will go ahead and create a bearish trade. Okay, now I can obviously sharpen my trades using the charts. Okay, so I will show you few of the simple techniques that I follow, and then obviously in some other video we will try to go ahead and take it to the advanced level too. Now in the morning, if you see the market, it kept on moving up. So by the way, this is futures. Now the moment market broke it, okay, so the built up data is telling me bearish, sectorial contribution is telling me bearish, options OI is telling me bearish. So now if you see the market, the moment it slipped below 19800, which is 19775 and so on and so forth, we saw a good down move happening in the market. So I can easily go ahead and buy a put option in this scenario and easily ride this trend. That is number one. Number two is, your question would be, how can I manage this trade the moment I enter? So the entry points were simple. breakout or breakdown of the huge call or put strike, then I'm simply checking if the price action is giving me any signal. Okay, so the price action gave me a signal on this day itself or at this point itself. Okay, the moment the market slipped below this, which is 19770 at 11:10, and eventually I saw a down move happening in the market. So that is where my trigger point is. So what I'll do is I will just use a moving average and I can easily cruise this entire scenario. Let's say I'll use a 20 period moving average. Okay, now I can keep on riding this trend. The moment market goes above it, I can exit my trade, right? And if I want to continue, I can continue, but still if you see 19770 say leker, I'm getting 19720, so easily a 50 point scalp I got on the Nifty front, looking at simple data points and monitoring simple data points and simple things. So over here I didn't look at I didn't went behind creating a complex strategy. It was very simple. The moment I get direction, that is the time I will trade. Now with intraday traders, the problem that we face is we go ahead and create trades very often at unwanted scenarios. So wait for the data to tell you that there is an opportunity. Okay, and the moment you get that is the time I will try to capitalize on it. So what we learned about how can we form a bias, then we learned about how can we go ahead and use options open interest to go ahead and identify the trade, and then eventually if I'm using any sorts of technical analysis, I can combine it with that and I can create a very sound trading system. So yes folks, that was it from this video. In next video we will try to cover other aspects of intraday trading as well. So stay tuned and happy trading.